haven't seen you in a while. It's great to see that smile. Your hair looks wonderful. Let me push the chair up under you.
You gotta get them albums.
Beautiful. You must have brought the sun with you. You're getting slimmer and you're tanner, huh? And you're speaking perfect Spanish. Must have spent some time in Panama. I gotta tell you that you're absolutely glowing. All that fishing and relaxing that you're doing is showing. I might take up rowing. Lay low until it's snowing. Then pop up looking Samoan. Man, sway cover my toes in. My fancy words keep me frozen. It's so easy being me. Cause I'm that same OG. All I wanna do is blow my weed and stroke my queen and buy a fleet of blue boats for the team. Fuck, man. Yo, my BMW scraped the floor. Understand? My BMW. The side of my crib looking like Wrigley Field, covered with ivy. I could have been one of the Isleys. Nothing surprises me. I'm obviously high in the driver's seat. It's like I'm rhyming on a silent beat. The groove move like voodoo, put a needle in the dog. Yo, is that Don Cheadle in the car? It looks just like him. I'm about to watch the documentary that Spike did on Tyson. Shouts to Tracy Morgan, you inspire me, man. I fucking love you. Blue Chip 7000. Fuck, that's delicious. Look, we out here. You understand me? Queens in this motherfucker. Always. Always, man. Yo, listen. One more time. Yo. In front of 50,000 screaming, higher than I ever been. Eyes closed. Mommy, I'm a rock star. No one knows that I just woke up, got doped up. I just grabbed the mic and go nuts. Eat donuts because I'm robust. I like to sit on women's shoulders. Wear karate outfits like I'm shown up.
Like I'm shown
Come
up.
up here and do this, man.
Crazy.
Pretty good.
Craziness.
Pretty good
All right, we gotta tweak our. I got
fix
you.
that.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
All right. There's a little intro for
That was
ya.
a little. I wonder how that probably didn't sound good. We did that from my phone.
Yeah, it probably
We
sounded
should have just
like.
pasted it in, the song.
Yeah, it would have added another 45 minutes to our setup. but,
No, it would have. Oh, would it have?
Yeah, probably.
You don't know how to get an MP3 from YouTube?
No, I do. It's just remember my computer's a piece of shit, so
Oh,
it would take in a second.
yeah. What's up?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Pretty good, dude. First week of work out the bag, dude.
Hell yeah.
All
New
done.
job, right?
Yeah, new job, making money. Let's go. Woohoo.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not working at a movie theater. You're almost 30, right?
Yeah, that shit was
That would have
stupid.
been
Yeah, it was fucking dumb
crazy.
and embarrassing. Yep. The worst was when they
You-
made me.
wait,
What?
Did you feel embarrassed?
No, of course I did.
Like sometimes?
No, yeah, most of the time.
Like if you saw somebody
Mm-hmm.
or like people talking to you like, hey, why are you here? Like,
I mean, if I saw one of my friends, it wasn't like crazy, but
right, because
if I saw people from my old job, absolutely.
and that
I
was
felt silly.
that happened.
Yeah, because they were like, you could be making 35 or even like 40K a year, and you're making less than that
Yeah,
with
and you're
a
choosing
degree.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I chose to leave for a reason,
yeah, ain't
but
that crazy? Because I'm kind of like in the same boat. I'm not a movie theater. I wouldn't do that, but
fuck no, I hope not.
yeah, I have a fucking, and I'm not using it. Even though that's to say, like, of course, there's not a lot of jobs.
Well, don't you have to have like a
sometimes.
master's
Exactly,
and
to
shit?
be-
Yeah.
Like most, yeah. But
Are you gonna? Do you want to get a master's in?
I don't know.
Your
Not
degree?
in that. Not in
Yeah.
social work. No.
Damn. I mean, you might. Well,
I'll probably.
What are
get
you gonna
something
do?
Else.
but why get a But don't you have to like go through 4
It
years of school to
depends.
get a master's in something else?
No, it depends. It depends on if it's similar. Like say psychology, I can get a master's in that because I took like a lot of those classes. as
And then you
well.
could be like a therapist or like a
Well, I can
counselor.
do that with the masters in social work too. But I don't know what I could. Law school, you don't need law school.
Well, then you have to go to law school. That's another 10 years of school.
That's not.
Bro,
that's not
law
10.
school is a long fucking time.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Like master pro. No, it's not.
well, yeah, but
It's like
you
2-3
can't just
years.
get your master's in law without going to law school, though.
That's not true.
Okay. Let me look it up.
That's absolutely not true.
How long is law school?
No, it's a part of college. Jake, just type in law schools curriculums or law school master programs
Law school
or
master
law
programs.
or law master programs.
It says 3 years, so
yeah,
it's
a
not.
master's program.
Well, not for the master's program, for law school. So law
Yeah, and that's
school
all
in
you
itself
need.
is a
That's all you
is
need.
3 years.
Yeah,
Law school master.
and masters are usually 2.5.
I'm a genius.
But I'll take summer classes.
I searched law school programs, masters, like that would tell me anything. Just showed me a bunch of fucking colleges.
Yeah, that's what
I'm really
So you
stupid
can
when it
see
comes
the
to
link.
Googling shit.
No, that's right. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but it wasn't telling me how long it
'Cause
was.
that's why you got to click on things.
Oh, that would have taken too long. I'm not. There would have been so much.
So you
dead
like
air.
having answers?
Well,
but-
I just had a specific question.
I know, but you like.
I would do
having,
the research.
No, I'm asking. Do you like having like the answers on the? Because you can do that. Like you can search things and it'll have. Is that what you're saying? Like you
No.
used to the answers being right after you search it being like kind of right there. Because that happens on Google. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. I mean, I was just
Are you
I looked
confused
up
right
a
now?
specific thing
Right.
because of time and we're on the air. But
Right.
if it was by myself, I would have clicked through stuff and read more and
Right.
had an actual, what's it called? But it
Okay.
just showed me a bunch of like nice colleges that I should look at.
Right.
Which if I clicked through, I probably would have. But I'm not good at Googling. I'm not a good Googler. I'm what do you
Dude,
call it? I'm a
Googling-
millennial, dude. I don't.
Googling
Google
is
well.
for
That's the Zoomers, dude.
anybody, dude.
Yeah, but I'm not good
No,
at
what
it.
are you talking about? That's who Google goes after. You don't have to be good at Google to Google.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
I
You
know.
can type in gibberish and they'll be like, "Oh, you meant that."
It
And
just
you'd be
makes
like,
me feel
"Yeah,
worse.
I did mean that. How did you?"
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had that. I wish that happened with me. I'm always getting
that shit
lost.
happens.
I'm always like, well, this isn't what I asked. And then I keep looking.
Like I type in like black guy from Illinois and like the person I'm looking for literally comes up.
Well, that's
It's
because
like
there's only one
Obama.
black guy in
it's
Illinois.
like Obama. And I'm like, how did they know? How did they know? That was him.
You put in parentheses outside Chicago.
Yeah.
Narrow it down.
Literally.
That's funny.
That shit is. They know me, man. I think that's they personalize. Do you use Google a lot? Like you have a Gmail?
I do have a Gmail.
Do you use Google Chrome?
Mm-hmm.
So they should get you. They should know you.
Yeah, no.
You just don't be fucking with Google like that, do you?
I only Google things when I want to know something right away, kind of like you said. So I'm usually looking for those answers right away, sort
you
of
need
deal.
to like do the just download the Cha-Cha. Remember Cha-Cha?
What's that? What's
When
Cha-Cha?
You text the question. It was like a number, like
No shit.
you texted it, but it was just like AI kind of, or like, well, some people said they had live people working there.
Sorry.
But you type in any question you ever wanted. When
That's
was
pretty cool.
when was Frederick Douglass born? And it'll be like, Frederick Douglass was born. Blah, blah, blah.
Ooh.
It was like back when we were like middle school and high school. You never
Sick.
texted Cha-Cha?
I didn't have a phone until
Oh,
8th
okay.
grade.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
I was
I love Cha-Cha. I just
texting
wanted
ladies.
to learn shit. I was like, what's this? What's that?
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
learn. You gotta learn stuff any way you can.
Right.
That'd be crazy if you were a lawyer.
Yeah, I know.
If you were a lawyer,
I know, man.
that's bullshit. I object.
I'll be a defense attorney.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
you wouldn't
I'll
want
be
to
the-
put people
I'll be the
away.
sleaze. Hell no. I'm getting them out of there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a straight sleaze.
be like, oh, he murdered someone. No, he didn't.
no, yeah.
No, he
You're
didn't.
a liar. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I didn't mean to call him a liar.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, just say shit like just say stuff that yeah, because I'll be watching that OJ trial,
Mm-hmm.
that Dream Team,
Yeah, you got plenty of pointers
the Jewish
from
Black
the greatest.
the greatest Jewish Black Alliance to ever. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what that Kanye shit and that
Yeah, it made
come
sense.
on. But no, it shouldn't have happened because look how beautiful we are when we stick together.
Facts.
Blacks and the Jews, man.
Yeah, man. I know. I can see it.
Literally. Look at it. You get accused murderers off
Yeah.
in front of America on live TV.
And then the guy ends up getting arrested 10
for,
years later for
stealing
memorabilia.
trophies,
Yeah, stealing his memorabilia back.
What you think about that?
Which one? Did he do it or not? That.
Oh, both. Let's go through OJ's history. All right, guys.
So first,
This is
I do
OJ.
think that he did it. Second,
why do you think he did it?
just from all the evidence from like the documentary. I watched that
Okay.
documentary before I watched the actual what's it called, and it was just like, oh, this is just like a cut and dry kind of murder case.
Okay.
But then when you start adding other assets to it, and not assets, but other like
Yeah.
attributes to it, you're like, oh, this is a genius trial. Like it's like, damn, I can't believe his name is escaping me right now. Who was OJ's lawyer?
That's who we talking about, the Dream Team.
What's
Well,
his
we
name?
got Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran. I remember him in Kardashian, and then what's his
We
name?
got F. Lee Bailey.
Okay.
We got Rob Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Who did John Travolta play?
Shapiro.
Yeah. He was a dog.
Come on now. And then we got what's my dude? Oh, I forgot the other black lawyer. Jesus, he was so good. Fuck, Johnny Cochran's like associate. Oh man.
Okay.
But anyway.
But yeah, no, other than that, I mean, like,
yeah.
he's a genius just for, taking advantage of the time period and, like, using evidence that, they knew was substantial, but flipping it and using it in a different way. Like, it's just all, it's
man.
genius courthouse stuff, dude.
Nah, man.
He's smart as hell.
They had that shit in that blood, bro. That test sample came back, bro.
So do you think, my bad, do you think that it matters who really did it? Even if you think he didn't do it, it's like, oh, it doesn't even matter. It's just that it's not him sort of deal. Because that's where it starts to get convoluted.
Want justice? Like you want justice?
No, that's why I'm asking you.
Are you asking me if I want?
Yeah, because that's where it
or
always
care
toes
about
the line.
justice?
Yeah, because if it's like, because if I think about it from the perspective of like,
right.
Oh, it's OJ. I love OJ.
Do you?
OJ's just a cool guy.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want him to be.
Right.
You don't want it to be him.
Now, I wasn't.
But you don't care if it's another guy. So
yeah, I wasn't alive when OJ. So OJ is not my guy. I've never seen any of his highlights or anything. You know what I'm saying? But
his highlights.
So with that one, he just didn't do it. I'm not really out for justice. I don't know them people either, man. That sounds crazy, but I don't.
It does.
I don't. Well, you want justice? Well, you just want justice of any kind?
No,
someone to go down for? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's just like when all signs point to the one person, and then you figure out a way to prove that it's not that person.
Right.
Afterwards, you go, well, then who is it? And then no one has answers, and you go, oh, well, that's what this is the justice system. It's bullshit. Like they do it with other regular people all the time.
Yo, this is
what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like
Yo,
poor people who don't have money,
no.
they don't get to get a cool trial and get out of it.
Because I was about to say you sound wild because people, when I do say OJ is innocent, people do point to that as the justice system being fucked. But other people see the justice system, but you cleaned it up. You said it right after. You said
explain.
No, you just said it. If we listen back, so you said that him winning is the justice system being fucked up. But then you cleaned it up because I was about to go in on you. But then you were like, on the flip side of that, though, other people. And so, yeah, I was about to go at you. I thought I was like, did you really just say
what you were going to say?
Right now, did you really just say that OJ winning is showing how the justice system is fucked up? Because you did say that.
Yeah, because it is. And it shows it shows what the justice system does to innocent black people all the time.
That's the flip side of it, though. How does that show what the justice system does? Him getting off.
It's a game. It's just a game of lawyers and dudes in suits and ties.
So wait, I'm about to just so you understand why I'm confused. OJ got off of something. Most of the people you're talking about go in. So what are you saying?
OJ got off because he's OJ.
Okay.
Anybody else wouldn't. That's why it's silly.
You think? Okay.
And the fact that it lasted like a year, it's like
because when was the next OJ after that, or before that?
10 years later,
or before that?
There wasn't.
Because
Oh, you mean like the my bad. You mean the OJ person that got yeah. We hadn't had anybody. We hadn't had anybody in the news. You know what I'm saying? That got caught up in that stuff.
Like,
but who?
Are
Maybe
you saying
because
he was like upper class? Like, is that what you were going at?
No, but maybe it's because he.
I'm confused, Jake. What you're saying?
Yeah, well.
No, are you saying he got off because he's OJ? Or are you saying because he's upper middle class?
No, because OJ. He's OJ Simpson. He was the shit. He was LeBron of college football.
That's no power. Like that doesn't mean he had power. What do you mean? That's why I'm confused at you. I'm confused.
I'm confused why you're confused. I'd like to hear why you're confused.
Cause you think
you don't think celebrities get off because they're celebrities?
No, celebrities go to jail. What other celebrities? That's why I'm asking you. Who before that or after that got like tried for something for real and got off?
There wasn't anybody. There wasn't anybody who got tried.
Yeah.
There weren't even people. We didn't know celebrities getting arrested and going to jail for murder and shit like that. We didn't have that because they could get away with it. But then we've got a guy right there and he's running and you know what I'm saying,
OJ,
going back and forth. You know what I'm saying, like that's where it's like okay.
Okay, you're going at celebrity. Okay, celebrity is why he got okay. Because I was very confused.
Yeah, and he had really good lawyers, and they knew how to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
manipulate the game. That's why I was like, it's a very impressive feat, you know what I'm saying? The lawyer, the dream team is the dream team, you know what I'm saying, for a reason. But, you know, it does, like, make you think. I mean, as far as my perspective goes,
Right.
it's like, oh, damn, as long as I have a fucking sick-ass lawyer team, dude, and, like, a shit ton of money.
Well,
And I can convince the public, if everybody's watching, you can convince the public, like, you know,
well, the public
one
weren't
way
the
or
jury.
the other.
The public weren't the jury, though. The jury automatically came up with this by themselves. You know, when you're in the jury, you can't watch the news at all. You can't do anything, read anything about the case.
Yeah, I guess that's a good
They
point.
picked it on themselves. So,
Yeah.
public opinion. Yeah, it did sway public opinion, and it's still we're having this freaking talk right now, and it's passionate. That's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's a
but
good
that shows
case.
you what America is, though. Like
Yeah.
that case particular, like pushes buttons for a number of fucking reasons. But
Well, yeah, but I mean,
and how he got off, because
Yeah,
how
but-
we're talking about how he got off. You're like that's why I was confused at you. I was like, what are you talking about? Because he's OJ. Because
You
I
were
thought
just
I
assuming that I
was
was
about to
like
be like,
a-
do you remember that OJ's black? And like that doesn't happen. Because that's why I was asking you who was the one before or after. Because it's like, but now I hear because you were saying his money and his celebrity.
you know,
But,
I don't think he got off because he's black. I don't think
no, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't think you
that's
said
not
that.
what I'm. That's not what I thought you said. I meant to say like I was gonna say like he's black, right? Like that wouldn't be him, especially him as a full person, not his celebrity, a full person. That doesn't happen. That's why I was like, why, like, but his power, I guess, in Hollywood or something, and money
right.
got him off.
Yeah, you're saying that if he was just a regular black guy, he wouldn't have got off.
I'm not saying that. I was saying what I was gonna say to you because I was hearing you. Yeah. Anyway, he didn't do it. I don't think he did it. I'm like one of the last people to ever think he didn't do it. Like, oh yeah, he didn't do it. I'm sticking by him.
Why?
Do that shit.
Why don't you think he did it?
Because I wasn't there. One.
That is not a
One.
fucking
Yes, that
reason.
is, bro. Yes, that is. Why are we even having an opinion on if he did it? Well, same with me. Why am I having an opinion? Like,
Yeah, we're talking
but
about
he
it.
didn't. He didn't.
But you don't have a
And the
you
evidence
don't
is
have a reason.
all. Well, yeah, I do. The evidence, man. That shit was planted, bro.
The glove didn't fit.
And the glove didn't fit. You
Glove
saw it
didn't
on
fit.
live TV.
Yeah.
But we also saw how he was bending his fingers.
It's fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
nobody puts on the glove. He had
Genius.
like
Genius shit.
he
but
had
also,
carpal tunnel that day,
Yeah. Fucking
and they
idiot.
couldn't. But
That's insanity.
and then you got the rhyme on top of it. I need me a rhyming. I'm gonna be a rhyming lawyer. See, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
If the glove
rhyme,
don't fit,
the
you cannot
jury's
acquit.
like, oh my, it's a spell. The glove don't fit. You must acquit. What did Paul say? If the glove wasn't in the car, if it wasn't in the car, it wasn't at the bar or something
About
like that.
About
'Cause,
Diddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran defended Diddy
Yeah, and he won.
and did that same.
Hell yeah.
If the gun wasn't in the car, it wasn't at the bar. But yeah, it does something to the psyche of a jury where it's like, he's right. Whoa, because it's simplified. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, yeah, it doesn't. Wow, it doesn't fit. Whoa, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. And that was like the last day. That was closing, which that shouldn't have happened. Evidence shouldn't be that, and that's another thing why he won. That judge was fucking. Judge was Team OJ, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bruh,
The,
he
the judge was being swayed by the public because people were throwing bricks
I
at his
don't
house
think-
and shit
yeah.
like that. He was like, I just want this to be over.
Yeah.
And the jury was literally kept in captivity. They wouldn't let them leave the hotel for
Yeah.
the entire trial, which was like 6 months.
Yeah.
They didn't see their families. They're like, we're tired of this
Bro,
shit. dude."
and it should have been a new judge because during the Furman stuff, when they unearthed those tapes, because that's what really got OJ off too. Furman was a racist. But when they had them tapes, on those tapes, he used to work for the judge's wife, like she was the head of like homicide. And he has like discouraging remarks. And they petitioned to like the prosecution, like Marsha Clark and them, to get him off, like to get the judge to kind of resign from the case. Because it's conflict of interest. You can't have like, because he could, now he hears that tape of this witness talking about the prosecution's witness at that talking about his wife. He could, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he should have stepped down. Usually judges step down for things like that.
When they're
so
members
emotion,
of their family or people they know are getting involved, right?
No, it's just so emotions don't. It could be about them too, like just so emotions don't sway the case. Because it's law, it can't be emotion. It has to be like straight facts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he should have stepped down. He was an idiot.
Was that during the trial? Or was that after when the tapes
During
came out?
the trial. The tapes came out in the middle of his damn, like he was getting cross-examined or whatever, and they came out that week.
They came out in like the news?
Yeah.
Yeah, so people were reporting on it and shit
sent
too.
that shit. Probably
That's
Johnny
crazy.
and them probably sent it to the media. But
Yeah, we haven't had a fucking anything like that at
Yeah.
all. I mean, no, dude. Like,
Yeah.
even like, I mean, the only other thing I can remember.
what trials
being-
of the centuries?
Not really trials, just like a murder or like a big crime that like a famous person committed. But it
Oh,
was
not
like,
famous, no.
like what's his name? The guy who was on SNL and he was on that one show,
Phil
Spin
Hartman?
City. Phil Hartman,
Yeah,
when he
like
was
shot
murdered.
himself and
That was
I thought
crazy.
he shot himself.
No, he was murdered by his girlfriend.
Oh,
His girlfriend murdered him. Yeah,
that's crazy.
it's fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty
But yeah,
wild.
the next freaking maybe the one that tops the shit, the OJ trial, other crime of the century, the Top Mom, bruh.
Top Mom, which one is that?
Fucking Casey Anthony case.
Oh yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah,
She got off, G.
yeah, that was crazy. She definitely did that
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah,
No, but she got off because her lawyer, and that's another thing, bro. She didn't have no money like that. Like that lawyer wasn't like watching that. He's just charismatic, but he ain't no 20,000 a fucking day.
no,
like,
he's just a good lawyer.
dude.
Yeah, he's
was
just a really good
defense
lawyer.
attorney.
Yeah.
So that's like the flip of the coin from the OJ. Is just like, bro, and her dad probably paid for this guy.
Yeah.
And he literally, how she got off is they blamed it on the dad.
Sure.
And she like literally he's sitting right there like in the front row, of course, like he's like, oh my god.
I guess
Because
somebody.
that's what the people think. Like something happened, she fell. This is graphic. I'm sorry, guys. She fell or whatever in the pool at home. Dad and her. She went to her dad because it was at the dad's house, and they buried her. That's what they. Yeah.
The daughter fell in the pool.
Yeah, that's like what the defense went with. Like they were out. She was at home with grandpa. Something happened. Casey came home, and they
And they just blamed
buried
it on the grandpa. Did the grandpa get locked up?
No, because he would have to file another trial and get evidence for that.
Oh, okay.
But you don't need fucking evidence for it if the jury can believe that shit. That's why he's a good defense attorney. If you can
Where
just,
was it
If you
at?
can just lay out a story, I forget where they lived.
Some country shit though, right? It was like a southern place, I think, or like Arkansas or
I
something.
feel like no, it's Florida. I
Was
wanna
it
say
Florida?
that. I feel like yeah.
I believe it. That's some
Yeah.
Florida shit. They ever do a doc
But
on Casey Anthony?
a
They ever
lot,
do a doc?
bro.
Yeah.
A lot.
To watch one.
And
I
then
just was paying attention. at
Jodi
the time.
Arias. That was my next one. I watched all these trials, by the way. Like I watched them from start to finish. Like
Who was Jodi Arias?
she was the chick from fucking Mesa in Arizona or whatever. Mormon chick. Met this dude who was a Mormon. She got turned Mormon by him. He wasn't really feeling her like that. But he was just, messing, getting some, They break up. She comes to visit him. Like she's texting him. He's like, okay, I'm about to booty call. Okay, she coming through. Kills this nigga.
Oh, whoa.
Kills this
And
nigga.
then-
Because he like has a new. She saw like a picture of him with a girl or like a new like. She like basically I think she in her head she's like I changed my whole life for this motherfucker. He doesn't even like me.
Right.
And just like
What was the defense? Like, what were they trying to?
She
did
didn't
she
get
get
off.
Oh, she didn't get off.
she got life. So this
Oh.
case, the prosecution. I watched this one for the prosecution.
Okay.
Like I watched certain cases, like the whole thing. But with those two, Casey and OJ, it's defense. Like you gotta watch them because the prosecution's horrible on both. But the prosecution and fucking the Jodi case and her attorneys were horrible. The defense were horrible. But the dude, he would be like, and it's unprecedented. She went up. They say not to, what is that called? Not confess. Get on the stand if you're the suspect. You don't want the like jury to fucking not like you and like find you guilty. But she went on the stand for over 20 days.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
That was
so her defense attorney was trash. They're the worst lawyers on the
but
planet.
It's the greatest. Whoa. It's the greatest court shit. It's better than any court movie you ever fucking watch. Because that prosecution is tearing her ass up, bro. She's like trying to act all, well, and he's like, you got memory problems, ma'am? Ma'am, I need yes or no. Like, he's going at her and like making her come out to who she really is and like snap back at him and be mad. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, she's crazy looking. Yeah, I remember.
But
her.
I remember she being a cutie though when I was first watching in high school, because it happened when we were in high school. But because I was watching it then too, when it was hot. But
I'm looking at pictures of her right now.
Hottie, yeah,
she is a hottie. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, dude, what's your favorite true crime anything event?
I don't know. I
Something
mean, the most. I mean, I don't have like a I don't have a fascination with true crime really, but the most recent thing that I watched that was the most like compelling and like disturbing, and it wasn't really like entertaining. Well, it was entertaining from the courthouse perspective, but like it was just really creepy that the teenager who convinced her boyfriend to kill himself.
I forgot about
that was a really crazy trial.
Yeah, 'cause we saw that doc too, yeah.
But the background information was even more like compelling than just the trial itself. But the trial was really interesting too. But she ended up getting off.
No, she didn't.
She went
off.
for like she got off pretty well.
No, she spent her time, but she had already been locked up, and the trial was like a year or two after it happened. So she just did the remaining time.
But I only think she had like
it was like
14 months or something like that.
Yeah, it was like it bundled into that, and then probation.
Yeah,
and like stuff like because that's an unprecedented case. Can you kill somebody from hundreds of miles away?
Or just convince them to kill themselves.
Yeah, and can you be tried for murder? Like that set a precedent, and you can now. Well, probably in that state for now, but
oh yeah,
if that happens anywhere, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
I remember watching. Did you ever watch the TV show?
No, with Elle Fanning.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't really want to. I didn't watch the other one about the girl whose mom was like saying that she was medicating her and that she was sick, but she was making her sicker. Okay, so this is the story.
What is it? What's the title?
So I don't know what it's called, but like it was this girl and her mom was kind of kooky, and the girl was like a paraplegic, not paraplegic, but she was in a wheelchair, and she was like she looked like she had cancer, like she was like deathly ill all the time, and her mom was making her take all these medications, and this girl ended up becoming friends with somebody online, and the guy convinced her like, dude, I think your mom is like keep making you sick. I don't think you're sick. I think your mom is making you that way. So she started doing research into the medication she was getting, and her mom was making her sick.
It was like rat poison.
And you'd think, oh, this story ends with her going to the police and she gets she gets divorced from her mom, sort of deal, gets her independence, whatever. Nope, she killed her mom. She just killed her. She stopped taking the pills, stood up from her chair one day, and just fucking. I think she stabbed her.
This is a real story.
And she went to prison for it.
Is there a movie about that?
Mm-hmm. They did.
I feel like I've seen a couple movies like similar.
They did a mini series, I think, it was a movie with the girl from Bullet Train that was like the.
Oh, it's new.
Oh yeah, it came out like 2 years ago. Patricia Arquette plays the mom, the crazy mom. But yeah, that's a wild case kind of story too. But there wasn't really like a crazy trial. She just got locked up for killing her mom, and when they told her what happened, they're like, "Oh, that's too bad, but you should have came to us and not murdered your mom." And so. And she went to jail. Yeah, and I think the boyfriend did too, because the boyfriend corroborated and like tried to get her to get away with it. So they both got locked up for it.
Told her how to do it, or yeah.
I think so. They planned it together, and like I think he tried to even throw her under the bus.
See, yeah, you can
afterwards.
plan shit over text. That's people should get arrested for that.
Oh yeah,
because people get arrested all the time for hitmen. You know how many failed hitman cases there are, dude? It's so funny. Like that just come on TV. I got like that True TV shit at home, you know.
Okay.
But that shit, dude, or it's called something else now. Something justice or the court justice. I don't know what the fuck. But court TV. But actually that's it. But yeah, failed hitmen. Where people were like trying to kill their boyfriend or their girlfriend or and literally all just sitting in court together that day. It's just like Jesus Christ.
I remember seeing something
just
like that.
Just your text like
There was a lady that hired a guy to kill her boyfriend or her fiance, and she shows up to the crime scene. So it happens. She shows up to the crime scene thinking like she's coming home from the grocery store.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What's going on?" And they're like, ma'am, we need you to stay calm. Ma'am, we need to stay outside. I hate to break it to you. Your husband's dead. And she was like, "No!" Like was screaming, crying. And then like a week later, she was locked up.
Yeah.
They figured it out so fast.
Yeah. It's fucking easy.
And she confessed
'Cause they go
in like
through
a
your
day.
shit, yeah.
She confessed so fast. The hitman got locked up. Everybody got locked up. It was bad.
Because, yeah, family, people close are the first. I think what's the statistic? Like, over 80% of, like, homicides are by people they
you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, the police know that. They go to significant others first. You're always a person of interest, you know? That's why I hope nobody I mess with ever dies, like, on some crazy shit. That'd be fucking fucked.
Like, by a random
they'll look
killer?
through my shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
They'll look through your shit.
and what if I get, like, charged and, like, I didn't do nothing?
There's for
Like, what if I'm, like,
different-
texting somebody else, like, I wish that dude died, like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, and then he freaking does. Oh, man.
It's even like, it makes me think about, like, even if you don't know a guy,
Yeah.
but you want to kill him, there's a reason why. And that reason, someone else probably knows that reason at least. So, like, let's say, like, I met a guy at the bar and he was talking shit the whole night and I got mad at him. You see me getting mad at that guy and him bullying me, and then a day later that guy ends up dead. That's evidence right there. Boom. It's right there. No matter, even though I don't know the guy personally, somebody saw that. And if anyone in the bar saw you see me,
Right.
they're going to talk to you. You're going to fumble, and then I'm done. And you're not even keeping me secret because you don't know for real. You're just like, yeah, it was weird. He was really mad at that guy.
Yeah.
And then he ended up dead 2 days later.
Bro,
Maybe
yeah,
he did do it.
I
Like,
hope I'm never a suspect.
I don't
You
think
know
I'd
how
ever be a
crazy-
suspect.
Yeah,
I don't know
hope
people like that.
Yeah, hopefully I'll live a good life where, like, no, for anything, though. Like, hopefully I'm never, like, just fit a, well, I probably fit a lot of descriptions and police talk. But, you know, like, hopefully there's not a doppelganger on the fucking video or, like, I don't know, bro. That'll suck.
If you got
to get
locked
taken
up,
into fucking custody.
if you
and
had
be
to get
like,
locked up for a crime, what would you get locked up for?
Whoa, what kind of fucking, that's a weird question.
Like if you had, like if you like, you know, you knew you were gonna get locked up, you know you're gonna go to prison. What crime would you do?
It'd definitely be something with lower sentence. So like drugs, something like
Like drug dealing?
yeah, something low
Yeah.
to where it's like yeah.
Because I don't know if you'll go to prison for possession
It
of
depends.
drugs. I
how
think you
much.
go to
It depends on how much.
because of
My- dude,
intent to sell and
my
shit like that.
grandfather went to prison and he's long gone now. But he got out before he died. But he got sentenced to life for having 360 grams of cocaine.
Jesus.
Because that was during the 3 strikes, the Clinton. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
had been arrested before, or if you had a certain amount,
Jesus
you can go for life. So yeah, I don't know if they still do. Well, yeah, I feel like if you got kilos and shit, you going away.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll do it.
fuck, dude.
I wonder if it's different now. Like, because I always hear
Yeah.
about people getting locked up for, like, having ecstasy, but it's because of the amount and, like, intent to sell. Like, that's what they tell them.
distribution. Yes,
Yeah, distribution. That's right. Yeah. I mean, we know people
Because
who,
you can if
in
you
high
have that
school-
much, yeah, and that adds on another yes.
yeah,
So yeah,
or just more probation time, or house arrest, depending on your age and
right.
previous convictions and that
Right.
sort of shit.
Yeah, I wonder is the war on drugs still happening?
No. The only thing I think the war on drugs has evolved into the war on Mexico, where it's like border patrols, that type of shit, people making sure people aren't sneaking in, that sort of thing. It's like, which is almost just as bad, just in a different kind of, just towards a different demographic, and all stereotypical,
Yeah.
pointing
yeah,
shit
what I mean
out.
is so you saying immigration is more?
I
Or
think that's
immigration
the
and
new
the drugs.
that's the new like war on drugs, because it kind of goes. They try to say it goes hand in hand.
Because
that's their-
that's where most of the drugs do come from.
Well, yeah, I
south
mean-
of, not Mexico, but they come from more southern than that, Central America. And, yeah,
But they be bunching anybody outside the U.S. I feel like they'll bunch that in where it's like, well, you don't want murderers and drug dealers coming into our country. Like that's the front that the
Right.
government always puts on.
right. Oh yeah, you saw Biden sent over 100,000 troops down there to the border. So they're
To
expecting like a surge in the next
Mexico?
couple days. Yeah, in Texas.
interesting. Why is there a surge?
It's summer.
Is it shit? Oh, It's summer. It's
yeah.
time to bust out your beach
It's
bodies.
summer. And there might be like protests going on. I don't know. But yeah, it's summer.
Damn.
Violence is up. All cartel violence, of course. So people are running away or want somewhere safe. But yeah, he sent over 100,000. I was like, dang, Biden. He's showing his colors.
I guess so.
How do people feel about what do people feel like when they vote? I feel like people already understand now that each president, whether Democrat or Republican, will do some shit to benefit the other side.
Yeah, no, they don't think
every
about
time.
Because then it breaks down their psyche. Because anybody who's strictly liberal or strictly Republican, when they start to do things,
they have to see it.
You'd think, but they're blinded by their political fucking affiliation.
Yeah, or the good things outweigh the one or two.
They would ignore. They would almost deny it.
Yeah, would they even get that on their algorithm that Biden sending troops to the?
No, that's Like I didn't see that. I didn't see that article.
That?
No, I didn't know that.
Let me look it up. That happened like 4 days ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
Really?
But I'm not the type of person to be like,
you don't look.
That's
at,
not
news?
True. He didn't do that.
No, he did. He signed it.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I believe you, Chase. I'm saying I'm not the type of fucking cracker that's gonna be like, well, that's not. I don't know about that. I don't think so because he wouldn't do that. Like, most anybody who's politically affiliated with any side is gonna be in denial about the things that they don't want their president doing.
I said 100,000.
Or not their president.
1,500. My bad. I made it sound like he put an army down there. I said 100,000. No, it's really
1,000.
It's 1,500.
Yeah, 1,000 people.
He just said they need more agents. They need more agents down there.
Sure they do. I bet.
It's just the inflation and the
Did
job.
You see, I guess things are starting to wind down a little bit over in Russia, Ukraine, and that they apparently somebody tried to assassinate Putin.
Yeah, that shit will end as soon as someone can get around him and poison his drink like he does everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the war will end, yeah.
And
or he's just going to die of natural cause. He is 90 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy.
With that Botox.
He doesn't look
he's
like
cute.
Well, okay. I don't know about that.
No, for a Russian, older guy with Botox, dude, he kind of looks all right.
He looks crazy. He looks like a 60-year-old.
I haven't
That's why
seen
it doesn't
him
make
now.
sense.
I haven't seen him.
It's weird. He's a weird guy.
But he's like Trump's age or Biden's age. He's up there with them.
He looks like he's gonna live forever. That guy's not aging, and he's been the leader for 40 years.
Yeah, 2001.
Oh my god,
2001. I want to say
what?
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
20-something years.
I wonder,
he was behind the scenes before that, so he was running shit. He was getting mentored by the guy before. So
do you think their population is like ours, where in I guess we could kind of compare it to Trump, where when Trump was in office, a majority of the country fucked with him, but a lot of people didn't, and were on social media talking about it, and people in the media and all that shit were talking about it, but the country, the people who live here and voted, love him. Do you think it's like that in Russia, where most of the fucking blue collar people in Russia love Putin, and everybody else who's like us is we gotta get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, I mean, you got your yeah, it's always gonna have to. Yeah, I feel like that's every country, but I don't think people love Trump. He was pretty much 50-50 all his polls for audience, vote, yeah.
Even the people who didn't love him, though, if they were conservative, a lot of those guys voted for him, even if they didn't love him, or they were convinced to like him, sort of deal. Once he started getting in those debates and shutting everybody down, they were like, "Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
never mind. This guy's hilarious. I think he's gonna win now."
I think that's I feel like every country in schooling we are taught to not revere, but show some respect to our leaders.
Right.
Which for the first time, Trump was the first time we just didn't do that. A lot of people didn't, or were that's not my you would have got killed if in the 80s you were that's not my president.
Yeah, they would have been mad.
People were anybody different nationalities would be dude, you're tripping right now, dude. Show some respect to your freaking chief, commander in chief, dude. But
culture
that's
change.
Interesting though. Yeah, culture change. We're fuck.
Change.
We can say fuck you,
yeah.
But we've always said fuck president.
Just not online where everybody can see it.
It's never been he's not my nobody. That's that's crazy.
It's nuts.
It's I'm in a different America where he's not my president. Biden's not mine at all, dude. He is not a president.
I mean, he's kind of like a president in that I don't know what they're doing,
Bro,
and
I
they're
feel
always
like
just
that
kind of on
shit's
TV
like-
for some bullshit.
I've never seen it, but the trailer like for Meet Dave, it's like I feel like that's what's going on with him.
Is that the Eddie Murphy movie?
I feel like he got just like different hymns in his mind,
Yeah.
and they're all as old as him.
You know, there's a movie called Dave, I think, where they replace the president's assassinated and they replace him with a guy that looks just like him, and he starts like creating policies, and people are like, "We actually like this guy now." I think it's called
That's
Dave, and I
crazy.
think, or no, it might be.
Dave is the FX show.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think it might be called something. It might be called because there's another movie called The People versus Larry Flynn.
Right, that's Woody.
Yep, and I
Harrelson.
think maybe that's
It.
no, that's about
Yeah, that's about some pornography.
it's funny- it's
That's
like
about
it's-
porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, no, is it Wag the Dog? Wag the Dog, maybe? That's another political movie. 2 weeks prior to re-election, U.S. president lands in the middle of a sex scandal.
I don't know.
Helms coil the situation. Presidential advisor enlists a spin doctor.
Right.
Distraction.
Scandal.
Okay,
TV
let's do
show.
Dave now. Dave.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do that first.
Dave. I was thinking maybe I was wrong after a second. Okay, there it
Dave.
is. Dave, 1993
Wow.
movie.
President.
Shifty White House chief of staff Bob Alexander hatches a scheme to use a double for the president at a public
Wow.
photo opportunity. Small business owner Dave Kochik fits the bill, but after the president suffers a debilitating stroke, opportunist Alexander arranges for Dave to step in full time without even informing the first lady. So she thinks it's him.
Yo, what did that get? I've
It's
never heard of that.
It's got a 95%,
Holy shit! I'm watching that.
and it's Kevin Kline as Dave,
Oh, I'm watching that.
and the first lady is Sigourney Weaver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and apparently Sigourney
Bro,
Weaver
they're
is
in
bad.
they're in fucking
Like
Ice Storm
hot.
together.
Sick.
I believe. Yeah.
That's Kevin Kline in the Ice Storm.
Yeah. Look it up. Look
Oh,
and see if that's him.
shit.
See if that's him.
I really need to
I
watch that
believe they're
movie.
both in that.
That's fucking sick. Hell yeah,
He
you're right.
is?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Christina
That's
Ricci,
crazy. They
Tobey
could-
Maguire, Elijah Wood, Joanne Allen, Katie Holmes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Henry Cherney. That's crazy. They got
You've
the
seen it though before. You've
Allison
seen like
Janney.
parts of it. Everybody's seen that movie.
Ice Storm.
Yeah, everybody's seen bits of that.
Really?
Yeah, it used to come on TV like all the time.
Sigourney Weaver's so hot. She hot in the movie.
No, she's an old bro. She is not hot.
She is hot. You don't think she's a hot older lady?
No, I like her
Uh,
because she's tall.
She's hot.
I like
dude.
tall. I
She's got a
love
body
some
too.
tall women, dude. Give me some.
Susan
Give me
Sarandon's really hot too.
Tall. I like. Would you date a chick taller than you?
I mean, is there a chick taller than me?
Right. How tall are you?
6'4".
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm like Vince Vaughn's height.
Jesus.
So everybody who's like, "Wow, Vince Vaughn is super tall," I'm like, "Yeah, no, we would be like eye to eye." Everybody else is short compared to me. A guy
Dude.
told me, this is kind of fucked up. A guy who like worked in the industry, he was like a set deck, like a set designer, like special effects guy.
Mm.
He was kind of my height, and he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to be an actor too, but guys like us, you know, we're too tall, we don't get roles." And I was like, "Damn, you're a hoe. Like, I'm going for roles, bro. Like, I'm not taking that advice. If anybody's ever like, you're too tall to act, suck my dick, dude." Vince Vaughn is an actor.
Yeah.
Gina
tall
Davis is super tall. She was an actress.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was a great actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck off,
Yeah.
dude. John Cena's pretty tall. He's a tall guy. He's like 6'2",
Most
6'1".
people are like most people in entertainment are pretty tall.
I'm saying, dude, it's all because of Tom Cruise. They think, oh, now all our actors
Yeah.
need to be
And he wears
5'5".
platforms, so
Yeah, bro. Apple boxes.
yeah.
You know, Top Gun 2 and Top Gun Maverick, they didn't do so like all throughout his career, even on the Mission Impossible movies, or at least like maybe before like 4 and 5 and 6 or whatever,
Right.
he would use Apple boxes. So anytime they would do a reverse shot, like OTS like scene, he would be the same height as the other person that he's acting with. But in
Whoa.
Top Gun 2, he didn't do any of that shit. So all the younger actors
Yeah.
are like above him. So the whole
Wow.
the allegory of like him passing the torch and them taking over because he's like, you know, from the past kind of thing, like hits so much harder, dude. It's like the only time he's ever acknowledged his legacy. Like he's always tried to be number one on the top guy, but now he's kind of like, oh no, like I've already done the top guy shit. I'm fucking just passing the baton type thing. So you got to watch that new Top Gun, dude. It's fucking gas.
I'm gonna have to double feature them shit.
You know what you also need to watch? Here we go. Back into movies, folks.
Uh-oh.
God damn Crimson Tide.
Oh, Crimson Tide.
Holy shit, that movie rocks, dude. second sweatiest movie next to the first Top Gun.
Okay.
Everybody's sweating because they're in that hot ass submarine, and Gene Hackman's smoking a big ass cigar the whole movie, filling the fucking sub up with smoke and shit.
It's red. And
It's so dope. Red light, green light, crazy blue lights and shit. It's all in the sub too for the most part. Like, it's the only movie like that. Well, like, I never saw U-571, which is a big submarine movie with Harrison Ford.
Okay.
I never saw Das Boot, that a lot of people really enjoy. I'm not really into like submarine, like,
Life Aquatic.
Sure, yeah, that's a good one, yeah. But like, I've never really been into like naval military kind of stuff, other than like the at the time the first Top Gun, because it's really just like a brotherhood movie. It's not like about fighting, the enemy. It's more like about your teammate and your comrade and the love that kind of comes from that. But this is like straight up super suspenseful. Nuclear war is at the edge of the fucking page the entire time. You don't know if it's gonna happen or not. Like, Denzel is so good in it too, because he's like, oh, I might be the young guy, but like, I know the fucking rules, and like, you guys are out of your minds. I'm taking over this ship. And it's like, what? It's nuts. It's so well written, dude, because Quentin was just going sick on the dialogue. The dialogue in that movie is so good.
I was watching Deep Cover again, and I told it's not a 5-star to me anymore. But I had a question for you. Did you know? I think we talked about it. That Lawrence Fishburne was 15 in Apocalypse Now. Like, that's how old he was. That himself, the actor. Was his character that young and like lied about his age? Or
I
something?
don't think they talk about it in the movie.
Dude, he was 15 acting in that.
Crazy. I mean, there were 16-year-olds in Vietnam, so like maybe that was the idea that Coppola had. We're like, oh, he's old enough to play a 16-year-old, and like they were there.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that. 16.
Yeah. Dude, guys would apply, lie on their age, and they needed people quote.
Right.
I got air quotes in the air right now. They needed people so badly that they would just draft anyone.
No,
who
they
applied.
needed them, bro. They didn't know what they were doing.
Well, yeah,
people were in trees.
That doesn't mean throw people in the fucking woods and get them killed.
Yeah,
they were just.
Yeah, they should have took everybody back and like studied the. I don't know.
Bro,
what
you know how many? You never think about this. You know how many families ended in Vietnam and World War II?
Yeah,
ended.
Yeah. Lineage is
all
gone.
that baby boomer shit. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah.
Nope, it's done. You didn't have a kid, and you died, and now your wife's a widow with no children. Yeah, and maybe she didn't get remarried, so that both families done, no more. That's crazy to think about. My grandpa mentioned, because I mean he was in Vietnam. He was a paratrooper, and like after he was doing the paratrooper shit, they just put him on a tank platoon, and he was just sitting on the fucking gun.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So he was saying that they were in a firefight, and he was laying in a trench, and there was one guy on his right and one guy on his left, and he saw the machine gun fire in the distance where the mounted machine gun was, the enemy gun.
Yeah.
He saw the muzzle flash. The guy on his right, his shit went flying off, and he died, and the guy on his left got hit, and he died. But he didn't get hit. And when he told me the story, this is Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay.
And he was like, if you think about it, if I had been like 1 foot to the left, 1 foot to the right, your mom wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be here, Aiden wouldn't be here, Mark would have never met your mom. That's your mom would have never met your dad. You wouldn't have been born. Like it was like, holy shit.
Why? You never tell war stories. We gotta do war stories with Jake, man. We got a couple more.
I only have like 2 that he told me.
Save them. We're gonna do next episode. We're gonna do another war story, dude. That's crazy.
It's fucked. And like he was like one of those guys where he was really patriotic, but when he went there, he came back with kind of like these motherfuckers aren't like real men. Like the real men were the ones who were just doing it out of love for their people and their country.
In that war?
Nah, he was 21 maybe.
When was Vietnam?
Like 64 to
like
69.
The 80s?
No, it didn't last that long. I don't think it lasted past like 72.
So all those movie Platoon and shit are set in the 60s?
Yeah, bro, they made those movies like 20 years
like
later.
We were there for like we have to be there at least 15 years. I feel like.
Look it up because I feel like it only lasted
that's why
like 2 years.
I was like, how old is your? I just remember. I always think of Vietnam as like late 70s. Well, yeah, 60s and late 70s. Let me see when it ended. 55 to 75. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that puts it in a whole different. Because I was like, wait, your granddad's in Vietnam.
Yeah, he's the only.
Because Dead Presidents is about Vietnam. That's why I'm like, what are you talking? But that's based in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah.
He's the only relative I had that went was like well, okay, so that's my mom's dad who was sent to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad's dad was in the Korean War,
Right.
but he was like a radio guy, so he wasn't like in combat. He was like on a base doing radio shit. And then I want to say my stepdad's grandpa, so like my step grandma's dad was in World War II, and he was at D-Day. So like he was deployed on D-Day, and like you know how you gotta watch Saving Private Ryan. That's the most authentic depiction of D-Day ever shown. They showed a bunch of soldiers who were on D-Day who like who landed in Normandy before they premiered the movie, and like all the soldiers were like crying, like shaking, going through shit, like having flashbacks and everything. It's heavy. And one of my my stepdad's grandpa talked about it. He was basically saying like, oh, that's exactly what happened. The door would come down from the boat, and then the guy in front of you would die, the guy next to you would die, the guy behind you would die, and you're just running. And then everybody around you just poop, 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 poop.
Did you ever think of the Army when you were younger?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like everybody.
Because I was raised with people telling me to, not because I had my own ideas.
Right.
When I was in high school, I was like, oh, this is fucked. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
This is I saw Iraq. So I actually, when Iraq was happening, I didn't have an opinion on it.
Oh, the war on Iraq. Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention. And then when
I thought you went to Iraq during the war and was like, oh my God.
But when I was in middle school, high school, I started like reading about like what was going on and like why people were against the war in Iraq and like the conspiracy against Bush and all that type of shit.
But Vietnam was,
So I was like, oh no, this is wrong. Like we don't fight wars like we did in World War II.
And those aren't even technically called wars because wars you sign, those were invasions. Wars you sign between both countries and be like, we're at war right now. But literally since after Vietnam, we haven't done that. We haven't been at war since, technically. Of course, we've been at war and invading people, but since like the 70s. Yeah. With our last time at war with someone.
Yeah. That's why that show Generation Kill, I think, is like education. Like it's like mandatory education for everything that really happened, boots on the ground in Iraq that people do not talk about, and they don't show it in movies. In the movies, it's just the main character is shook up from PTSD. That's always the angle, and it's like,
we gotta get somebody to root for.
Or they got to do that shot of the sniper looking at a kid pick up a gun, and he's going, put the gun down, and he's crying, then he smokes this kid, and then he kills a child hundreds of thousands of meters away.
It's a paper gun. Oh God!
It's a Nerf gun or some bullshit. He's like, oh, I can't believe I had to do that, and like, no, that's all bullshit. But like, Generation Kill is like, oh, we're just like blowing up cities. Like we're not even in it. We're just on a Humvee on the outskirts watching it blow up, and then we just drive through to make sure everybody's dead.
And then go get beers.
And then go to the next one. Yeah. We're on to the next one the next day. Oh, are we going to actually shoot anybody? Oh, just wait. We hear that there's a bunch of guns.
You're crazy.
Well, that's only like, okay, you're right. I am a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, watch it. It's
I anybody. Know they were doing that.
Everybody needs to watch that shit. That's
crazy.
It's heavy, dude. Because like introspectively, Simon, when you think about it, he's Simon. A genius. He's a genius.
The greatest.
Yes. Dude, you got me thinking about Iraq. Now I'm like mad.
I get mad about that shit. Right after that.
Yeah,
like
very
within
bad.
The same 2 years.
Well, Afghanistan was fucked too because we were trying to fight Russia without fighting them. So we like got in with sent a ton of guns over there. And we were just following
Al Qaeda, wherever we thought they were, and and it was for the poppy. It was for the fucking heroin.
Yeah.
There's a fucking conspiracy time. There's a fucking video of like Geraldo Rivera when he was working for Fox and shit.
And he's at the poppy fields. I saw that.
And there's soldiers guarding it.
U.S. soldiers. Yeah, it's bad. That's bad, dude. It's bad. Well, they used to put heroin in Vietnam.
Was on TV.
They had heroin. Remember Frank Lucas? Yeah. He put it under the corpses in the caskets.
I mean, that's all the places we go and invade. There's either oil, which was in Iraq, in that area, or it's like money for something else. Money. Yeah.
The U.S. CIA is getting that drug money, bro. That's why Snowfall is also important education.
I gotta pick back. I heard it sucked, but I heard it finished strong this season.
Yeah, I heard really good things about the last season. Yeah, but I mean that's another show where it's like very accurate as far as like the CIA is the reason there was a crack epidemic. Yeah, dude.
And like, that was a conspiracy theory back in the day.
And now it's like facts, but people don't teach it. You just have to find out.
Like there's a whole C-SPAN like thing from in the 80s where someone came out and basically whistle blew that, and like it was on like what do you call those Senate hearings on C-SPAN. It's on YouTube. It's like people giving evidence like this is a CIA agent. He was seen with, you know what I'm saying? It's like whoa, yeah.
And then anybody who tried to whistleblow that shit would get fucking.
And they spread it directly to LA and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bad. Did you ever watch that? You watched Sicario?
Same with AIDS. I'm kidding. But what? That's the theory too, though.
They brought in AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, I bet I would not be surprised if the government created AIDS to kill gay people and black people. Like, I would not be surprised about that at all.
That's who got it for some reason. I don't know.
Black people and gay people.
Yeah, our immune systems are fucked. So
Well, I don't know if that's.
Yeah, man.
They targeted you guys' community.
Well, we got good. We're still here. We got good immune systems.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. What were you saying?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but I was just talking about AIDS. Yeah, they
Oh yeah,
they
but
must
you
have
said
brung in
AIDS, and I
AIDS,
said, well, we were talking about the conspiracy theory of them.
right. Drug money and
What was it? Drugs, AIDS,
oil.
and there was another thing too that they
Drugs,
started.
AIDS and oil.
That's the name of the pod for today.
Yeah.
Drugs, AIDS, and oil. That's what the U.S. government always gets. Oh, I was gonna say, you know, the whistleblowers, anybody who came out and would talk about that shit would get murdered. And like, what was his name? The not Chris Kyle. He was the guy who was the sniper who got killed by a crazy guy. But who's the soldier who killed those cops and was going on
Chris Dorner.
the run? Yeah, dude, that guy knew shit that they did not want people to talk about. That is why they did that shit.
That's a weird. He snapped, dude.
Do you think he was crazy, or do you think he just knew about some shit?
Well, I feel like anybody that goes on a mass shooting spree, but he did have like a specific list. It wasn't random people.
Yeah, he killed specific cops.
Yeah.
So like, why? Why did he do that?
Yeah.
You know, no one
that
asks
shit's
why. They just go
crazy.
kill that guy.
No, he wrote it all out, like
They fucking lit
the
him up.
racism within the
They found where he was
LAPD,
at.
and he was in the mountains. I remember that, watching that live.
Yeah, me too.
In the mountains.
I was at McDonald's. I was at McDonald's with my buddy Rob, and you know Tone.
And then when I found out he was black, it's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, you saw his picture and you were like,
Whoa! He
Did a
looks like
triple
the
take.
black thing, like from Fantastic Four. Like he looks like the black version of that.
I'm shaking my
Of
head.
that guy. Who's that guy from The Shield? Or
Michael
whatever?
Chiklis.
Yeah, he looks like. And I was like, holy shit, dude. But yeah, that shit was rough, dude. I forgot about Chris Dorner.
Remember the NFL guy who went to he went
We were
overseas?
back on true crime. That's crazy. What?
I don't remember his name, but he was on the NFL.
No.
9/11 happened, and he went, I'm quitting the NFL and I'm joining the military. His platoon killed him. He was killed by his own platoon and they said it was a misfire. A weapon was misfired, but if you look at the autopsy reports, they lit him the fuck up and beat the shit out of him. They did a bunch of shit to him because he was they were probably doing some foul shit like raping or, attacking
and
innocent
he's
people, and
right.
he was about to say something and they fucking killed him. It's bad, dude. And like,
you gotta watch Casualties of Fucking War.
Okay,
bro.
I will.
Brian De Palma.
I will.
It's the best Vietnam movie. One of the best war movies.
But my whole thing with movies, this is the thing is like,
and it actually happened.
it's hard for me. That's why it's hard for me to watch. Like I saw the only
actually
3 movies that I've seen that are about real things, that I can like really remember that are like fully biographical retellings. All of them, I just am
you're
like crying.
Yeah, you're like an actual human, actual human.
It's like I'm
did
watching this
shit.
happen to a real person, and that I don't like. It bothers me a lot. Like that's why
Right.
Breaking was so hard for me. Like when I watched Breaking, I cried the whole movie.
I think that's why I rated it so high, because I was like, yo, this shit happened like just 3-4 years ago. Like,
Yeah,
this is crazy. In Atlanta,
it was so sad.
at that specific location, like they had it all down to the
It's
T.
the
like,
saddest fucking movie, dude.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
That 12 Years a Slave and the what's it called? That movie.
See, when I saw 12 Years, I didn't really have that reaction. So even though that did happen, that was based off of autobiography
No, it's just so.
by Solomon. But it's just like,
But we hadn't seen slavery like that in a movie.
Yeah.
Like even
And-
Roots was real, but it didn't
No, what-
get deep
Yeah,
like that did. Like that was.
some
deep
people say that
and
wasn't historic, like not based, because it was a novel.
Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was the first one that was a non-fiction, like based off something true.
Isn't
Slave
Cumberbatch
movie.
in that movie?
All of that's where they started. Cumberbatch and the other one.
Paul Dano's in
No,
it too.
the other British dude that came up at the same time.
Michael Fassbender.
They're both in that.
Yeah.
And that's where they both like kind of started, because
Yeah.
it's Steve McQueen. He knew them before, of course.
Fassbender's his
right.
boy. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a lot of shit together.
But That movie's crazy.
Yeah, real movies are hard, dude. And like there are
Dude,
some
it's
movies that are like
so-
based on a true story, but they're like uplifting or like
Yeah.
you know, like even like this, bro. Why the fuck did they make a Till movie? That's the word. Why would y'all do that?
I need to watch that. I need to see what's going on.
Why would y'all
man.
do that?
I don't know.
That's not.
It is a little too soon, ain't
We
it?
should. I mean,
No, it's not
obviously
too
we
soon.
should
It's
know
not-
about
it's
it,
not too
but
soon. But that's how people learn. That's why it's not too early for that. Like
or Dahmer.
that's how people learn now. People learn through fictionalized retellings. That's the only thing that piques people. That's why people are still talking about OJ. That's the only reason me and you, because they had like shows and documentaries coming out. Like if they would have kept that shit in the 90s and we didn't know about that, and they still show footage of OJ and all this, all these crimes, we wouldn't know.
It's just
They
so-
repurpose like old crimes all the time and like get us.
Do you
to,
think there's like a fetishization with that though? Like
Yeah.
that's what I worry about is like people watching it and
morbid.
getting the wrong context and like.
Oh, not getting to
Like-
be violent. You talking about influence their behavior? No.
No,
But
not that.
we
I'm
are
saying
morbid.
just like
people are morbid and wanna know.
having historical inaccuracies and like seeing things from the perspective of like a movie and thinking you understand it and like not
Oh.
not just learning it from reading and like understanding like facts, like 100% these
Right.
are facts of what happened, and then
But
you
it's
know
it's easier to watch the movie than watch the doc. Most people watch movies versus documentaries.
so is that
And they all
Till-
come out at the same time. There was probably
Yeah.
an Emmett Till doc that came out
Right.
a week before the movie, but nobody watched it.
Was that a good movie? Did that get good?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't either.
I need to, but yeah, I need to watch that. I was about to say,
just-
dude, I fucking cried at fucking. Well, I didn't really cry, but shed a little tear. Fucking Boys Don't Cry.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah, of
Hilary
course. Why
Swank's
wouldn't
first
you?
movie. That's a true story
Yeah,
too.
that's
Holy shit.
a heavy movie, man.
Fuck.
It's really sad. I mean,
That might be heavier than Casualties of War. Like, yeah.
that's so sad.
And Casualties of War is fucking. Sean Penn is. Yo, they
We're-
going crazy.
I almost want to ask you questions about. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it since high school. I
What?
don't
Boys
think.
Don't Cry?
Yeah,
You watched that? Not.
yeah, in high school. Yeah,
You're crazy.
yeah, because of Hilary Swank. Because I saw $1 Million Baby and Freedom Writers and was
Wow.
like, oh, she's great. I'm gonna watch her in
I
this.
feel like if you watched it now, it'll hit different because of the whole transgender like equality movement, like
Mhm.
civil rights. Like, yeah, it puts a lot of things in perspective and context for like what transgender people have been going through
yeah,
forever,
it's
and
not
what
good.
and certain things. Like I never heard of that crime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
It's
until I saw the
fucked.
movie. So
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. Because I
yeah.
kind of read the Wikipedia before I
Man.
watched the movie. I was like, holy hell.
What was the last good movie you watched, man? Because this is starting to get real sad and heavy.
No,
I'm
it's
thinking
great.
about
This is
Iraq.
good, dude.
I'm thinking about
This is great. Exactly. We're getting. This is amazing. Last movie I saw, I don't know.
that you like. Oh, you watched Deep Cover. That was your
Deep,
talking
yeah,
about.
that's nothing really. Haven't been watching anything since I got back from Atlanta. Like I haven't been reading. I haven't been fucking watching nothing. Been kind of just going to the bar, drinking,
Hanging out with our buddies.
yeah, hanging out.
Yeah, man. Well, what do you say, man? You think we should get out of here?
What
and,
is it? You really got sad, damn, dude. What's going on?
Yeah, man. Should like it's fucking
Oh,
somber
yeah,
as
see,
fuck.
I shouldn't have brung up Boys Don't Cry. That shit. Everybody should watch that movie.
Yeah,
though.
that's a must
Everybody
see.
should watch Casualties of War.
Yep.
Like,
Everyone should
but
watch Generation
No,
Kill.
let's go back on that because you were saying like people. You had what was your question? Like, can people actually learn like that? Like watching it
Right.
read versus reading facts. I
I
feel like
think-
in a sick way, yeah, because we're so dumbed down as like a society now. I feel like people learn from, yeah,
But
and
we're not learning as much as we would because we're
Right.
dumbed down.
Yeah,
That's not good. That's bad, dude.
yeah.
People are gonna start retelling history wrong, and
Yeah.
we're gonna notice, and we're gonna go, no,
Well,
that's
the smart
wrong.
ones will. Yeah, the smart ones that will want to research, but that's going to be a small majority still. It's crazy. Everybody if they went to college, they took critical thinking classes or like some type of source citing or, you know what I'm saying? To like cite shit, learn how to, if you had any communications or anything like that. But yeah, people don't still read into shit or look shit up for themselves. They're like, oh, that movie, damn, that actually happened. And then they go about their day.
Yeah. I swear I
think
said
that's a
something about
crazy movie.
apartheid the other day, and our friend was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Don't talk to me anymore."
Yo, we gonna have to leave because
Yeah.
that happened. No, why did you say that? That's
Bro,
funny.
people just don't
That's
like
funny,
care
bro.
about like. My
Oh,
bad.
shit.
That was me. I
Okay.
bumped my thing.
Dude, that's hilarious. Though.
But yeah, people don't care to like pay attention or look into shit. Like they don't care to like pay
See,
attention to
what-
the
no, but
news or
things
nothing.
like that though, that's different. Like, cause I understand people being in their own world,
You know what I?
but that something like that, that's a historical like. That word's been around for like forever.
I know why. Because of where they went to school and where they grew up. That's why. They didn't grow up here. They grew up in Mattawan, so that's why they don't know. Where we have people that know
and
things
it was in our
around
books.
us.
That shit was in our books.
I
too,
bet
though.
they didn't get the same books. I would guarantee they did not get the same fucking books as we did.
That's crazy.
They got ones that are redacted, where it was
Right.
like,
Jesus.
yeah,
Christ.
it's bad, dude.
They're like the Klan, one of the greatest secret societies of all time. That's what's in their books.
Yeah. They're like, what's that? What's the Ku Klux? What is that? I don't know what that is. And you're like, fucking Jesus.
Oh, it's a national brotherhood brought up. Yeah.
We just,
Like an artist that says hate group, it's like brotherhood in theirs.
you remember the 30 Rock episode where he buys
Frat group.
the cable network and then he does the fucking thing on the news and it's all the logo is a K. And so it's just a bunch of K logos on
no.
screen, but the camera only frames 3 together.
Jesus Christ.
So then he loses a ton of money on leap day or
Jesus
something like that.
Christ.
That's
hilarious. But yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess.
Can we go
people-
have fun?
Yeah, I guess people can't freaking learn from reading. That's what we got from today.
Dude, man. Everybody
Or
read The
just-
Fire next time. Watch Generation Killing Casualties of War. And go to school, goddammit.
Yeah, dude.
Go to school, go to college
Go
and learn
about
shit.
something, man.
You fucks. If you don't think it's important, you're part of the problem.
The next time you see me, give me a new fact. That's what I want. That's my assignment to anybody who
Anybody
listens
who's
that I
listening.
know in real life. If I see you the next time, give me a fact that, just that you've learned. I want to know things. I'm gonna do the same to you. Next time I see you, I'm gonna be like, dude, did you know about blah blah blah, 1915 that this happened? This will stay on my toes.
Take your headphone off. Should I make an apology
To what? No.
to for the last pod?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
we're
sure.
gonna
Real quick.
Yeah.
We just like to apologize on
But-
behalf of the bigger community.
See, I should have apologized though, because you're not taking it serious. Now I'm gonna actually apologize, dude. I did not. So the last pod is up there. See, now I'm gonna bring it attention. It
Everyone go
doesn't
watch the
need
last pod.
Yeah, it doesn't need attention actually. So actually, never mind. But I do apologize if
If you listen to the last pod, sorry to Lizzo and
yes.
and Ashley Graham, who even though I'm a big
Yes.
fan. But yeah, remember I reiterated that I'm into it. So it's
Right.
like I feel like but maybe that's bad. Maybe I shouldn't
No.
make jokes
That's
when
not-
I like things.
I don't think you can fetishize them. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
shit.
oh no.
Here I go.
I might do that. I might be doing that.
No, you can't, dude.
I think it's the only thing that I fetishize about the opposite sex is like
Plumpness.
yeah. Because I love that shit.
Why did we bring this up? See, now people are gonna be like, what did they say?
Go back and watch the previous
I
episode
said horrible.
for context.
Yeah, I said horrible things. I'm sorry.
We made some good jokes, but we didn't use slurs, and that's where we
Right.
we were good.
Well, I can use slurs, but
You can. I'm
Right.
not going to. I never do.
I got black privilege. We can say whatever. Well, nah, it depends. But anyway,
All right. F slur on 3. 3, 2, 1.
see ya.